Today I want to talk about how to eat well to sleep well. And this is actually more complicated than you might think. And there's one thing I want you to know to start. There is a difference between eating healthy and eating right for your body. So a lot of us think that we eat healthy. We eat whole wheat instead of white bread. We eat vegetables. We have more natural sugars instead of cane sugar. We eat organic. But it's more complicated than that. Pretty much everything you eat is either nourishing for your body or poison for your body. There's no neutral food. Either your body likes it and can get nutrients, or your body doesn't like it and it's going to sabotage your health. So I'm not going to tell you to eat turkey and drink milk and eat foods high in melatonin and tryptophan and things like that to eat better. Like I said, it's more complicated than that. So I want to dive deeper to show you how you can find out what foods are best for your individual body so that you can be healthy and sleep well. So what I'm going to talk about really quickly is blood sugar, the importance of keeping your blood sugar level steady, why you want to avoid foods you're sensitive to, how to balance your macronutrients for your metabolism, why low carb, low fat, plant-based diets, and intermittent fasting aren't really good for you if you have trouble sleeping. So let's get into it. Talk about keeping steady blood sugar levels. If you are on what's called the blood sugar roller coaster all day long, where you eat, say, refined carbohydrates and sugars, your blood sugar spikes really high, your body releases insulin and cortisol to lower that blood sugar, it goes really low. Then you crave those quick energy foods again, you eat them, it spikes really high, you're on this really extreme roller coaster. And when that's happening during the day, it's also happening at night. And whenever your blood sugar drops too low, your body releases cortisol because it is stressed. Cortisol is one of our stress hormones. And so when that happens at night, you're going to feel wired and awake from cortisol, even though you're supposed to be sleeping. So this is a big reason why my clients wake up around 2 a.m., especially about 4 hours after they have gone to bed, because their blood sugar is dropping too low. So you definitely want to keep your blood sugar levels steady by avoiding those refined carbohydrates and sugars. Start your day off with definitely protein, fat, and some complex carbohydrates. And we'll talk about how to find out that right balance for your body. And even if you're not eating these foods, your blood sugar can still become dysregulated if, as other systems in your body become dysregulated. So I talk to a lot of people who say, I don't eat that stuff, and yet their blood sugar is all over the place. So that means that we need to address other things going on in their body so that then that blood sugar system works appropriately. Now, if you do have blood sugar issues, then a snack before bed can keep your blood sugar from falling too low in the night. So I'm talking, 100 to 200 calories, making sure to have complex carbohydrates and protein and fat. So things like an apple or almond butter, or crackers and cheese, if you can have cheese. Some combination like that can help your blood sugar levels stay more steady during the night so that they're not waking you up. Now, the next key to eating right for your body is to make sure that you aren't eating foods that you're sensitive to. So when you're eating foods that your body doesn't like, it causes this constant low-grade inflammation, day and night. And then when your body is inflamed, it releases cortisol as an anti-inflammatory hormone. And when that happens in the night, it wakes you up and makes it hard to go back to sleep. So even healthy, what we think of as healthy and easy to digest foods like rice or broccoli can sabotage your sleep if you're sensitive to those. So some of my clients honestly start sleeping better just by changing their diet and avoiding those foods that they're sensitive to. That's how big of a difference it can make there. Now, Eating the correct balance of macronutrients for your metabolism and body is going to keep you healthy, keep your blood sugar levels steady, and create, instead of creating stress in your body, it's going to create calm in your body. And by macronutrients, I'm talking about fat, protein, and carbs, and what percentage of each you're eating. So I follow something called the metabolic typing diet. You can find out more at mtdiet.com and take their quiz. There are 3 types of ideal diets. There are those who prefer more protein, those who prefer more carbohydrates, and then a mixed one. And so each type has its ideal ratio of fat, protein, and carbs that you should eat. So why this is so important is because if your body is meant to run on more carbs and you're giving it too much fat and protein, it's going to make you feel tired and sluggish and cause cravings for sweets. That fat and protein slows down your metabolism even more. If your body needs more protein and fat and you eat too many carbs, it's like injecting rocket fuel into your system. Your energy is going to spike, which can feel like anxiety, racing thoughts, and then it eventually crashes, making you feel tired and sluggish. And then you're on this roller coaster that triggers hormone fluctuations, those energy deficits, and that can cause weight gain and poor sleep. So this is why eating those correct macronutrients for your body is really key. So I ask my clients to find out their metabolic type, and then I also take it one step farther to individualize their diet even more, because everyone's body is different. So I give them what's called a food balance log to use to keep track of how they feel after every meal. So if a carb type, for example, feels wired but tired or wants to take a nap, they might have eaten too many carbohydrates. If a protein type has sweet cravings, she might have eaten too much fat and protein. If someone needs a snack within an hour or 2 of eating, she may have had too many carbohydrates or just not enough food. So this log can help you kind of assess what you're eating for, say, a few days or a week till you get the hang of it, and see what makes you feel the best. And I am going to have a link in here for a food balance log if you want a copy of that to use for yourself. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are these special diets that have become really popular, especially keto, low carb, plant-based. We'll start with plant-based. So vegetarian, vegan, and also low-fat diets aren't the best for sleep. So the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K are found in animal foods. Now, these vitamins help us make a lot of our hormones and neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and melatonin that help us feel good and sleep. So you can't get all of these necessary nutrients from a plant-based diet. Now, you don't have to eat a lot of meat as we think about it, like steak or chicken breast or whatever, to get these nutrients. Having animal foods in the form of fats like butter and full-fat dairy, if you can eat dairy, eggs and organ meats will provide plenty of great nutrients to help to give your body the nutrients it needs to make these hormones and neurotransmitters. Now, low carb and ketogenic diets can also ruin your sleep. Again, if you're more of a carb type and you are trying to eat keto or low carb, we know that that isn't going to have a good effect on your body. And there's also a reason, especially for people who don't sleep well, is that you actually want to have carbohydrates at night so that your body releases insulin. Because what insulin also does, besides regulate your blood sugar levels, is it helps clear out amino acids that compete with tryptophan. So you want those receptors to be available for tryptophan, because that converts to serotonin and then to melatonin, which is going to help you relax and regulate your sleep cycle. Now, another very common trend right now is intermittent fasting, especially for weight loss and to stabilize blood sugar. And I do think that it can benefit healthy people, no doubt. But I also believe it can be harmful if you aren't in perfect health, especially if you aren't sleeping. And if you aren't sleeping, you aren't in perfect health. So if you're hungry first thing in the morning and that means your body's telling you that it needs fuel. If you ignore it, your blood sugar is going to drop, your body's going to feel stressed, you're going to release stress hormones like cortisol. If you aren't sleeping well already, that excess cortisol is going to get your body even more out of balance and interfere with your sleep the next night. So adding intermittent fasting to insomnia is more stress than the body can handle. And your health can keep spiraling downhill even though you're trying to improve it. You're doing whatever you can to improve it. So I hope that this explains a lot of the complexities of why it's so important to find your ideal diet, and that there's no one perfect diet for everyone, and finding your ideal ratios, the foods that your body likes that nourish your body, is really key to being healthy overall and to sleeping well. So if you struggle to sleep, there's something going on in your body. It's definitely a sign that things aren't right. I don't want you to struggle anymore. I want you to know that this problem is fixable. There is an answer. We can figure it out. Your body is not broken beyond repair. And our bodies have this amazing ability to heal themselves. So if this is something that you are interested in, is restoring your health to restore your sleep, then book a call with me. You can message me right now. We'll set something up and talk about what's going on with your sleep, what you'd like it to be like, and the steps that you can take to finally get the sleep you need. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the group.